Hello guys, Deb here with Art and Grace, where I love to help people, help women reduce stress, increase joy, and find a supportive community that they love. So I'm glad that you guys popped in here tonight. Say hi when you do. And of course, if you watch this on replay, if you'll type hashtag replay, then I'll know you are here and I can say, hey, thank you for watching and all that. You know, part of the fun is for me to go back and look at comments. So I really love it when you guys chit chat and all of that. It's fun. But I'm excited to do this cute little painting. I hope that you guys like it. Just a whimsical little camper, but I think adding the snow and the glitter makes it really fun. I don't know how well y'all can see that in these pictures. I'm trying to turn it maybe where you can. But anyway, it's going to be super cute. And of course, if you want to paint this on a card, it would be super, sweet to send to somebody, or even print it out and let your kids paint it or color or whatever. So yeah, you can get the printout in here in the group and all the good stuff. I just want to be sure everything's working. Anyway, I don't see that it is, but I'm gonna look here. I bet I went live in the wrong spot. Okay, let me end it. And oh no, I am Carrie. I see that you commented, but it's not showing up on my thing. So let's see. Carrie, if you're there, am I in the Art and Craft Showcase? That's where I'm trying to be, so I want to be sure. Yes, I am. Okay, so Carrie, I am in the Art and Craft Showcase, right? Something up here on my phone, it just said Art and Grace, so now I'm like panicked. And there's such a delay that I'm not seeing any comments, but I think I'm in the right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so yes, is anybody painting? Carrie, I know you're usually the one that paints, but it's okay if you're not. No pressure. Never any pressure. But I do want to have a little parade of pictures. So if you come along and find this later, go ahead and paint it. And I just want to be sure I see it so that I can add it to the little compilation I want to do and do a little video. Because we are getting toward the end of our month. We still have some more presenters to go. And we'll be giving away all of these paintings and anything that we make to somebody who's either fighting or survived breast cancer. So I would like to put together a little video at the end. So I would love to have yours included. So I will turn you guys down where you can see good and we'll get started. Y'all bear with me. I am not the best with this camera. I know y'all know that. And actually, one more second. I want to see if I can turn this upside down. Now, is that going to be the right way for you guys? So let's see. If I'm painting like this, it looks like it's going to show correctly for you. Perfect. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, so let's see. Was anybody going to paint with me? Okay, Carrie, sorry. I saw Tara and it came out Kara. Hi, girl. Are you painting tonight? It's okay if you're not. I'm just curious. I just like to know. So I'm going to do the background first. And I know in my first one that I posted, I painted it at night and you just couldn't see the blue very well. So I went back and did one today with a little bit darker blue or more blue. And it looks a lot better with that blue. So I'm going to just come in here with the two. Want the blue. Hi, Joni. I'm glad you popped in again. I really appreciate it. Hi, Christy. Thanks, Carrie. You're so sweet. I love the stars. It's so fun. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to go in with my blue first, and I'm going to just go kind of randomly. I want a lot of this to be blue, but like I'm putting some darker blue below the trees, and then I'll go back with my blue and white mixture. But, you know, I want to be able to get it dark where I want it dark. And so I'm just doing it this way first. So just kind of getting quite a bit of blue where I want it to be for sure. And then now I'm going to go into my white. I've still got blue on my brush, but also grabbing some white and doing the crisscross on all of the rest. And I'm going to go right over my pencil marks. So I've got it traced on here in pencil, so I can still see through there. But if you're not sure if you can always use a Sharpie to go over what you traced. And that way you can see the Sharpie through, but your paint will cover it up. So yeah, just however you guys want to do it. And this is only for placement purposes. You also can just completely do it with no tracer. You know, I know you guys know that. But a lot of times if I don't have something designed out and a tracer maybe, then my design looks wonky. So there's no shame in using a tracer for fun art. We're not trying to be Picasso here. I think my iPad just died. It did. So this was completely not charged when I picked it up. It's my husband's, you know, so I didn't have control over that. And so it said, like, well, it was dead. So I plugged it in, and when I plugged it in here, you know, for tonight, it had 2%, but now it's completely shut off. So if anybody has one, can you tell me, does it not charge while I'm using it? Because I just figured I could plug it in and still be able to use it, but it doesn't appear that it's going to work for me. So if that's the case, then I'm going to have to try to see some comments up here. Which is, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get my laptop up here. That's what I'll do. It's just, you know, how big it is compared to the little iPad. But I definitely need to see comments. I really enjoy, it's a big part of what I enjoy about painting live. So, get my comments to come up. There. Okay, hi Trisha, hi Donna. I'm so glad y'all are here. I mean, Friday nights are hard. And I just, you know, somebody's got to take them, but we don't have many people that watch on Friday nights. I know when my kids were at home, Fridays were always family night, and I wouldn't have been watching either, so I don't blame anybody, but I sure do appreciate you ladies that do watch. It's definitely not fun to paint when nobody's there. And if you're painting along or you decide to paint this, don't forget your sides. So while I have my blue out, I'm going just with the same mixture of the white and blue to kind of get a light blue. I'll touch all the sides. So who here is a camper? Like, whether you have a actual camper, motorhome, or if you just like to camp. Yeah, Carrie, I'm almost always home. I'm a major homebody, and I always prefer to be home. And when our kids were growing up, we liked to have the kids here, and so, you know, we were just usually the parents at home dealing with the kids, and I just liked it that way. Everybody's safe and sound and well fed and all that, and I didn't have to worry. So I don't know, it's just carried on. I'm a homebody. Oh yeah. Oh, so y'all do go camping, Tara? Do y'all have it tell me, y'all, if you have like a camper or motorhome or whatever, like how do you camp? Or do you just get in a sleeping bag, you know, like a tent? Okay, so that's a good background. You want it kind of whimsical. It doesn't need to be, you know, perfect. And then if you realize that maybe you covered up too much of the blue, you can go back and add some if you want to. I just kind of especially like it under the trees for the shadows. Hi Tammy, how are you tonight? What are y'all doing? Are you busy tonight? I know y'all have stuff all the time, don't you, with all the different kids and sports, and y'all have a lot of birthdays. And used to tent camp, now you have camper with gym. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, so no bathroom. So does that mean you have to, like, well, I mean, I know what it means, but do you guys tend to stay somewhere where they have restrooms, or do you just rough it? I'm kind of fascinated with camping because I did not grow up camping, and you know, so I to me it doesn't seem appealing, but it's just because I didn't grow up doing it, and so, you know, you're just more comfortable with what you know and what you're familiar with and all that. I'm gonna do my trees next. It may seem a little weird to do it in this order, but that's what I do. And of course, the way I do it, it's just the way I do it. So y'all can do it any way you wish. I am putting out 2 shades of green. You can use anything you want, but I've got Evergreen and Hauser Medium Green. So 2 different shades of green, and then a little bit of black. And you can always take whatever green you have and mix it with a little bit of black in one pile and a little bit of white in another pile. So like if I grab some of this white, and then you're going to get a light green. So that could be your second shade. And then if you do it with the black, just a little dot of black with that green, then you're going to get a really, really dark hunter green. And that can be, so now you've got, you know, 3 shades of green just by having the one green and some white and black. So you don't have to go out and buy a ton of colors. You can use what you have. So I'm going to take the darkest green that I just made with that black, and that will be what I use first. Now, the wet, oh, a glamper, I like that. That would be me for sure. So the way that I do these kind of trees, I just, okay, first make your little stems, or not trunks, I guess trunks. And these are far off in the distance, so they're going to be thin, just a thin strip for the base. And of course, most of it is going to be covered up with your greenery. But like I said, and obviously you can tell that I'm not, you know, an artist. I'm not a, I don't know. I am helping women reduce stress and find, you know, joy through just taking time for themselves and painting. So my art, I'm aware it's just fun art, and it's carefree and whimsical. And so I understand it's not for everyone. And the way that I paint, you know, it's just what works for me. So by all means, you paint how you like to, and you can make this super nice and fancy. You can, whatever you want to do. But this, I'm just going to show you my technique, what I do. So I'll take my brush and just start going up one side and down the other. So kind of one, and you also can make these point down if you choose to. So you could, you know, have them all point down, but I just kind of do a flip. Of course, bigger at the bottom and get smaller at the top. And I usually count, so I was talking and I didn't, but I'll usually go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, so that I kind of have the same amount on each side. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Gosh, whenever you paint my art, you just do so well. You make it look even cuter. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, just kind of like that so that you get about the same on each side. Now, I didn't on this one because I just didn't, but it would help if you want symmetry. Now we are gonna put more layers on this. So this is just my very first layer. And I know this is going to be kind of tedious for y'all to watch if you're not painting along. I'm trying to go fast. You're just really needing to give the impression of trees, not try to make great trees. You know, that's obviously they're just little trees. Very forgiving. Tammy, do y'all camp? Trying to remember if I've ever seen pictures or anything. Okay, bye Tara. Glad you stopped by. It's hard for moms to have any time for themselves. I know that. It's really, and it doesn't even matter how old your kids are, you know. I mean, if they're at home, then they're somehow you're not bothered, but you know, you don't have your own time really. And a lot of what you do revolves around food. Like they just need food so much. So it's either going to the store or cooking or cleaning or just feathering up the tree. And we'll add several more layers. Thicken it up. Oh, does he? That would be great. How long is that though? How long will it be before y'all retire? Okay, so that's our first layer. Now I'm just gonna quickly go into my next color. And you can do 2 at a time if you want. I just typically don't. I just personally like this way for these trees. But again, you can do however you want to. So just quickly, just a few, you know, branches with each color. And just starts to fill them out. So how, for you guys that have camped, how do your kids do? Because obviously they don't have access to the internet, right? So do they just, I mean, do they enjoy it because even they need to unplug? Or are they griping because they don't have internet? It's really just crazy, isn't it? How connected we are and how much we think we need it. Whenever our electricity goes out, which seems to be any little storm, but you know, you're just like, oh my gosh, I was in the middle of something, and you know, we just expect to always have the internet. So it is really frustrating when you don't have it, but we need to unplug. Okay, last layer. So this is my lightest shade of green. If I was not making whimsical trees, obviously we would take our time and be more careful. But these, we just need the illusion of trees. We don't need detail. If I feel like I get too much, like I just felt like that was a lot of the light green, I can just go back in there with a little bit of dark and darken it right back up a little. You can also use a smaller brush for the lightest color if you want to. Okay. So I'm going to try to, I made a little mistake there. I'm going to try to make this tree bigger, and that'll just kind of cover that up. There. And it needed to be bigger anyway because obviously this is the closest tree to us. Okay, so there's my trees. I will go back once all of this dries and do a little highlighting on them. But yeah, for now, that's that. Thank you, Tammy. Hi from Alabama, Judy. How are you? Glad you're here tonight. Okay, so let's do the tree that's on top of the motorhome camper. I totally forgot about that. So same process. I'm gonna mix up just a little bit of this dark green. It's okay if I go over just a little bit. I don't want to go, you know, too too much, but don't stress about being perfect in there. And I'm adding just a tiny bit, just a dot of water to my paint to thin this out so that my brush will move more smoothly. I've got all these lights on in here, and it really makes the paint thicken fast. It's hot. And on this, I'm just trying to kind of cover the white of the canvas there. But you can do this part quickly. And then I'm going to get out just a tiny bit of brown. Hi, Linda. How are you tonight? I'm so glad you guys pop on. I know we don't have many. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of this brown, even though the green's on my brush, that's fine, and put a little, trunk down here. Just kind of messy trunk. It doesn't have to be messy, whimsical painting. You can even bring some of that brown up if you want to while you've got it on your brush. Nothing wrong with that. I'll even bring a little bit through some of these. All these layers just add to the painting and add to the interest. And all these earth tones blend. It's colors of nature. And also these trees will have snow on them, so you know what gets okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to go on to my pink camper. Y'all have a good view. Yes, it looks like it's in the camera and everything. I'm good, Linda. Thank you. I'm feeling better. I talked to my doctor, and he agreed that I needed to do one more round of steroids. So, yeah. But I think, I did need them. I just wasn't as good as I needed to be after one round. So hopefully this will, and I feel so much better right now. So, I just can't go and walk and do the things I need to do. I'm still, I don't sleep well from pain. And, that gets old because I'm really not sleeping well. And so I'm hopeful that I'm going to be much better in a couple of days. Thank you. Thanks for even asking. Okay, so I want this window to be black, but I did tone it down a little bit. I'm just going to do this. You can use a smaller brush if you want to. It's not the easiest to go around little curves with a bigger brush, but so this, the black that I'm using is more like almost like a chalkboard kind of color, kind of a grayish black, because I'm using it on my steps as well. And since I've got it out, I'll go ahead and use it, and then do the camper next, the pink next. So I'm using this I've just mixed the black with white to get, a lighter. I am using it on these steps, and then I'm going to go and kind of outline it with black, which will make them look a little more 3D than if I just painted them a flat black. So now I'm just dipping into the black, and I'm going to kind of go around the edges and then across each one right there to kind of separate them. We'll let that dry. I'm really doing this kind of out of order, but while I've got this black out, I'm going to go ahead and do my door. So I don't know why I'm doing it different than I did it earlier, but I just am. I think Carrie might be the only one painting with me, and when you paint it, you can, you know, do whatever's convenient for you. But while my brush is messy and, you know, has this on it, I'm going to go ahead and do the camper door. So I'm doing it silver or gray, so just the black and white mixed. Oh yes, Linda, I have, yeah, degenerative disc and the bone spurs. So we probably have a lot of the same kind of pain. It's, and I know everybody has pain and we all have something, right? So it's just so frustrating when you have so much to do and you can't do it. And your mind just, it's really, you know, it's just hard because you just, I beat myself up because I just can't make my body do what I need it to do. And I don't like disappointing people and all that good stuff, so. Okay. Now I'm going to go into my white and just bring in some more white into this. Just kind of lighten it up a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to also use this color on the inside of my wheel hubcap or whatever this thing is. And then I need it one more place right here. Oh no, I did that black. Let me just get that out of the way. So this is the like trailer hitch or whatever. And it's black. Go ahead and do my tire. I'm totally, I am totally doing this kind of backwards because last time, and normally I would probably do the camper pink and then did all this, but I'm just kind of doing it backwards tonight. And I don't even know why. It's just worked out that way. And this would be super cute painted for Christmas. So you could do, you know, red and white or whatever colors you use, gold and burgundy, anything, whatever you decorate with. am so ready to decorate for Christmas. It's not even funny. And it's still 80 something degrees. This week it's supposed to be in the 90s, or next week. And we haven't even had Thanksgiving, but I'm so ready for Christmas decor. Are you, Tammy? Well, that's funny because I've heard a couple of other people say the same thing. So I don't know why, but we're all just over, I don't know, we're ready to move on, I guess. I think Christmas decor is just so fun and so pretty. Makes us all feel good. We're just ready to have it out. Okay, now I'm going to do my pink. It's kind of a dusty pink. This is it's called Blush Pink. Really pretty. So here's where I can just kind of clean up anything that, you know, if my trees went into the camper, I can just clean it up with this right here. What color would y'all paint your camper if you weren't going to do pink and you needed to paint one? What would you do? Okay, and then I'm going to skip down and do this bottom portion. You can always turn your painting. You don't have to leave it straight. And sometimes it's, you know, to get a certain angle, helpful to do that. And I probably here should switch to a smaller brush. Have you ladies had dinner already? I guess it is a little bit late. I mean, we eat late, I think, so. I bet most people have eaten. in the way I did the center part, I took a darker, like a wine color. This is called Cranberry Wine. And I double loaded my brush. I am not an expert at this, but it still gives you a cute effect. So let me clean this brush off. If you pop in here and I didn't see you, say hi to me so I can say hi to you. Okay, so I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to dip this part in the pink and this part in the wine. And then I'm going to bring it down and just do this. It's working those colors in into the brush itself. I keep doing that and then you can do it again and just keep working it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that dark color against, you know, the edge. So, and just drag it all the way down. Go back the other way with it. Y'all saw how well I loaded that, and it's still not fantastic. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing going the other way. Oops, I just did that wrong. And then the part in the middle will just mesh together. But my two outer edges are darker. And then what I did was I cleaned my brush a little bit, just kind of got most of it off, and then just kind of blend these two together a little bit. Just like that. That's how I did mine. Like I said, I am no expert in this at all. This is just, you know, I have watched people do that technique, and I'm not fussy, so you know, it's just kind of my version of it, I guess. And then I'm going to do the other side the same way. This is, I think they call it the one-stroke technique. And I'm cleaning off my brush, and then just kind of marry all that in the middle. So my outer edges stay dark, but I kind of let it blend. So it's not the true one stroke for sure. It's just kind of a version that I like to do, and I like the way it looks. Okay, I'm going to do a little edge around my window, and I will do white. So it's like a little window sill. I don't need it across the top because I'm going to have greenery. And then I'm going to make my place for my wreath. Just kind of make a circle to remind me to do my wreath. If I don't, I will forget. Okay. And I can take this white and go around my tire too while I've got this out. While I've got the white and this little brush, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlighting in my trees. So I'm just going to take it pretty much on the tip of the brush and just come in here. This is to represent snow. So it's a quick process. You just dot it on, dab it on. We know snow would accumulate there. Okay. Oh, thanks, Christy. Okay, so now we're going to do our bow in the center of this window. I think I'm going to put down a little white. That will help it show. So you're just doing 2 sideways triangles for this type of little bow. Just a easy little bow. Let that dry. But I am going to go ahead and do our greenery for this little top of the window. Christy, you should totally paint this. You paint so many cute things. And Christy is on TikTok, which I think is amazing. What made you get on TikTok, Christy? Because I know when I mentioned doing it, my daughter was like, "Oh my gosh, you're too old for TikTok." I was like, okay, well, all the more reason I'm getting on there. Just to irritate the young people. See, I need to let this white dry, but I want a leaf right there. So I'm just going to put one. Guess that's good enough. Maybe one more. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, but like symmetrical, because greenery is not symmetrical. And then I'm going to go back with my lighter green and just go right on top of this. Oh, really, Christy? I think a lot of people are getting this update. I'm taking white on the tip of my brush and just going to come in and add some white. Lighten that up a little bit. And then I'm going to do my greenery on my door, so it'll be the exact same way. And then same thing with the going over it with a little lighter green. Just dot around it to kind of fill it out and make it have more of a shape. Make it look a little more like a circle. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my white. Just take the white and kind of define these leaves a little bit. I'm going to take this, this is a different pink, it's Royal Fuchsia, and I'm going to come in and do my bow and some berries on that wreath. So I'm going to dot, 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 3 dots. And I'm going to do that 3 times total. And then I'm also going to color in my bow. My white's not dry, so I'm just going to try to do it without, I don't want it to turn into a light pink, so I'm trying to just glaze over it. But you could wait till yours dries, or dry it with a hairdryer or something. Ooh, leopard print. Where's that about? leopard print. And how are you, Susan? Thanks for popping on. You can see we're a small bunch tonight. I'm gonna go back and do my inner stripe a little more. What are you doing, Susan? You have a paint party tonight? Oh yeah, you did tell me that. Well, you're awful kind to even pop in here because I know you're busy. And then you can see I'm going to touch up my little camper here. Okay. One more coat of white because that's not going to cover enough, just one coat. I need a doorknob. Well, I appreciate Susan. I love you. I very much admire you, and we're probably the same age, but I still look up to you. I still think I want to lighten up my door a little, y'all. I'm going to just go into my white and just get a really light gray going here. And dry brush it on. Now I can't touch my green because obviously it's not dry yet. I'm just dry brushing some of this lighter color and seeing if that will lighten it up a little bit. No, I'm serious. I think we are. Okay, so let's see. We're getting close, y'all. We're almost to the snow. The snow text and the glitter, so that'll be good. So this is so fantastic. Craft Twinkles. If you haven't bought any, it's worth buying. I'm going to show it to you on here. See that? So it's, you know, kind of runny. Like if I move it, it will run. But yet it's pretty thick and has great sparkle. So this is why I'm saying you can use glitter with zero mess. If you're not a glitter person, skip it. But I thought for this it would be really fun to use. And you can't use glitter in real art. So when we do fun art, you know, use the glitter. Make it fun. I'll hold this up so y'all can see, but it's really, really pretty. Susan, thank you. Sweet. Sometimes when I go back and watch my lives, you know, I don't really watch them, but I listen to or reply to the comments. I'll see somebody sent me something, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like a little kid. Okay, so let's see if I can help y'all see. I never know if I can get the light to shine on it. But it is so, so pretty. We are going to add more sparkle. Okay, excuse me while I put this back into the bottle because I don't waste this stuff. I don't like to waste any paint whatsoever, but definitely save my glitter. Okay, I want to use this silver on the trees. So this was sparkling pink. This is just a regular silver. Same, really pretty. Really don't need much. So I hope this shows up as I'm doing it and y'all can see. And I don't think you can. Let me see if I can do it with it closer to you. y'all see that? I don't know. I just can't tell if you're seeing it. Oh, good, good. But on a painting like this, where you're going to add the glitter, it's another reason that I say your trees don't have to be perfect, because it's going to be pretty. It's forgiving, and adding the glitter adds another layer. Might as well load this one up. And we're still going to add some snow text. Okay. Hoping that y'all can maybe see some of that, and if you can't, then I'll just have to take another picture. Just got your first bottle of glitter paint. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I know you're not a girly girl, so you probably don't love glitter. However, you know, for some instances, it's really fun. And this is no mess. So even if your girls were to get in it, you won't have a problem. Well, you'll have a problem, but it won't be a messy all through the house problem. Okie doke. How are you doing, Leah? I think we're ready for some snow text. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything. And I wanted to show y'all how to use snow text when it's dry, because I've got a brand new one, but I'm not going to open it yet. Or maybe I already opened it. I don't even remember if I opened it. It's possible I did, but I'm going to show y'all what you can do. Just get any kind of brush and get your snow text out of the things, however much you think you'll use. And you can just add some white paint to it. And that is it. Okay, bye Susan. Have fun. Be careful. And just, you know, squish it around until you get the moisture back into it, and then it's as good as new. So this is definitely a year old. I mean, I had it last Christmas, and when I opened it, it was, you know, felt really dry. So this makes it just as if it was brand new. Now we'll put this on our painting. You can use a brush if you want to. I usually use a brush for big areas. I'll just start kind of brushing it on. And remember, it's got paint with it, so it's, you know, it'll go where you want it to go. So in my vision of this, all of this is a big hill with trees all over it, you know. So it's all just a big snowy mountain with trees. So you can, technically you could cover this whole entire thing with this white snow. Oh, you did, Christy? Well, that's okay. I mean, you can return it. If you opened it brand new and it was dry, I mean, you might as well return it because that's obviously not a fresh product. But if it's something you've used in the past and you feel like, oh, I guess I throw that away, don't throw it away. I'm just telling you, add some paint. It'll be fine. So get it thick where you want it thick. And I believe that it was Carrie, I never can remember, y'all, who said you can make your own. She probably told me how, and I think it was sand and white paint. That might have been it. So if Carrie, if you're on here, you can tell us, or if anybody knows, you can tell us. At this point, I typically go in with a finger and just start globbing it wherever I want it. My computer just did something wacky. I hope that I'm still good to go here. Yeah, looks like I'm still okay. So, you know, if you want it like in between the trees, you just, you know, get in there with a finger or something, but you get the idea. And then you just, this is really personal preference, however much you want to use. I'm going to line everything a little bit with a whimsical line, not a real hard line or anything. And I use an old brush. When I use this is just an old boar's hair brush that I don't care about. If you use a good brush, it's fine. Just wash it immediately. Don't let it sit on there at all. You don't want that to dry on your brush. Oh, thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that. How are you tonight? Happy Friday, right? Fridays always make us feel better, I think. Does anybody have any plans or anything fun or special they're going to do? So, I need a paper towel. Okay. I kind of like to have a loose outline, not a harsh line. If you want the harsher line, that's perfectly fine. You can just use, you know, a marker, a Sharpie, whatever, or a paint marker. But I like to kind of just do this where it's just almost choppy and not exact. Or kind of, sometimes I do like a whimsical, like even a little, not straight, so zigzaggy kind of. But if it's imperfect like that, that doesn't bother me because it's just a style of painting that I'm doing. Also, we'll take this black and do a few in the trees, more towards the bottom. Whatever colors I use, like down here, I want them somewhere up at the top. Even if it's just the black. Oh, I know one thing I want to do is I want to take this black. Oh, that's good, Carrie. I love that y'all do that. Leah, that's fantastic. Oh, good for you. You deserve it. I mean, I can't imagine, because it's been so long since mine were so little and so, you know, like needy, but you need that because there's you have to be so responsible all the time. And so it's so nice to have a night where nobody's calling you, nobody's saying, can you do this, or can I have that, or I am going to add some black into this wreath. My bristles are wonky right now. I need some snow on my windowsill and on my tree. I do want I'm going to put some snow I'm going to get some of the snow text to do that. And oh, and I do want the window to have, I need a different brush. That one's, bristles are bothering me. You know how the window reflection will do that. And then let me see if I can use some of this snow I still have left on my plate. And just glob that here and there. Probably be some on the step. Maybe on the tires. And then definitely on the tree up here, we'll have a few globs. That's about it. Oh, maybe the trailer hitch. And really, that's about it, guys. I think this would be super cute on painted just about anything. All right. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I know Friday nights are hard, so I appreciate you giving up yours with me. So if you paint it, please post it in the group. I am going to make a little video and I want to show everybody's art that painted with me. So if you do, or if you watch the replay and you paint then, just be sure and post it in the group or send it to me so that I can see it. And of course I'll ask for permission, so you don't have to feel like if I post it she's going to use it. No, I'll be sure and ask you if it's okay. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Carrie, I can't wait to see yours because I know you were playing. Oh, hi, Rom. Got back from, oh, really? Okay, well, good. No problem. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. Thanks. I was in a blue t-shirt and I needed to change, and my pink t-shirt that I just bought for this, I had just worn it, so it was in the laundry. So thank you. I had to throw on something pink. You guys have a great night. Thanks again for hanging out. And if I can ever help you in any way, just message me. All right. Thank you, girls. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.